MacVoices at CES. Nextbase ups the game in DashCams with the feature set of their new iQ. MacVoices is supported by Zocdoc. Go to Zocdoc.com/MacVoices and download the Zocdoc app for free. Then find and book a top-rated doctor today. Many are available within 24 hours. That's Zocdoc, ZocDoc.com/MacVoices, Zocdoc.com/MacVoices. MacVoices is in Las Vegas for CES. I'm Chuck Joyner. Folks, this is like old home week. We talked to Bryn of Nextbase 5 years ago?
Yeah.
I don't know, the COVID thing fouls everything up.
It really does.
And now it's so good to see you because we met in a small little booth in North Hall back then, and now you've grown into this massive booth with a vehicle here behind me. It's amazing what Nextbase has done.
Yeah, I mean, over the few years that have passed, we've done a lot of amazing things. DashCams have come a long way, and now we've got iQ. It's the first smart cam that we're bringing to market, and we're really excited to show it to everybody.
So iQ is a smart cam for my car.
That's right. So iQ is connected to the internet. It's got a 4G module. It's doing some really smart things, able to protect your vehicle when you're not with it. So it can send you a notification to say somebody's tampering with your car or somebody's hit your car, no matter where you are in the world. So it's really bringing a lot of that smart home security but to your car. So as well as doing the dash cam thing, it's recording out the front, it's recording inside as well, so protecting the drivers and the passengers.
So is the internal cam considered a cockpit cam, or is it more of a rear view cam, or both?
So yeah, we've got both. So this is the cockpit cam, looking inside the vehicle. It's got a 180-degree wide angle. There's also an optional rear camera that gives you 3 channels in total to look out the back of the car as well.
So everything all in that little unit?
So the rear camera is just over here with my colleague Jeff, which I'll get and I'll show you now.
Yeah, or we can take something afterwards.
Yeah.
Okay, so you mentioned the connectivity. How am I know how I'm connecting, but how am I paying for the connection? Maybe I better say it that way.
Yeah, so inside iQ we have a 4G module. It's an IoT 4G module. The main difference for us by using IoT is it means that it's secure, but it's also something that we as Nextbase can sort out for you. It's connected to T-Mobile in the States, and we also use Vodafone over in Europe. That means that as soon as you turn it on, you just connect it to the app and off you go. We've even made that bit simple. So when you connect your new device to the app, it's just a simple QR code, link the 2 devices together, and you're good to go. So we tried to make it really as easy as possible just to install in the car with an OBD connector. Just plug it in and off you go.
Okay, I have to ask about the security and the privacy and the tracking and all that, because now you're putting my car online. And the advantages are obvious, but unfortunately, so are the disadvantages. Do you have anything built in to try to protect when maybe I don't want to be tracked?
So first and foremost, we are not tracking you at all. All of the data and all of the tracking details is your data. So that is secure for you as the user. Nextbase never look at it. Nextbase don't have access to it. And that's one of the main reasons we use an IoT SIM, to make sure that security was there for you as the consumer, because it's your data. If you then, as that user, choose to track your vehicle, that's up to you. It's your data. You're choosing to use that information for yourself, and tracking where your vehicle is, if you're lending it out to somebody, something like that. But it's not for us to track.
Okay, so logistically, if I leave the Las Vegas Convention Center and decide that I want to go to a destination, this is installed in my car, and I decide I want to go to a destination that I'd rather not let anybody know about, can I toggle the tracking on and off easily?
Yeah, you can turn the GPS off. All of that is within the app. You can turn the device off. You can keep all that data to yourself. That data is yours. You choose what to do with it, and you choose what's on and off. You can easily just turn off the 4G if you don't want to use it, and just have it as a standard issue dash cam. All the data is also going onto a SD card too, so it's internal as well as being in the cloud when needed. So in fact, we only send crash data, video data, up to the cloud when it's needed. So we detect automatically if there's an impact, and at that point, we'll send the video up to the cloud. We've also got something called witness mode. And witness mode is something we're really proud of. If you're in a high-stress situation, you can just say to IQ, hey IQ, start witness mode, and that will trigger automatically the video to go up to the cloud, but also a live stream to go to a predetermined friend or loved one. So, for example, if I was pulled over, I'd say, hey IQ, start witness mode, because I don't know what might happen, and my wife could have access to the video and live stream as what's happening to me. And we feel that adds a real layer of security to people driving on their own who might want to share their video with their loved ones, no matter where they are.
Absolutely, that's fantastic. So I think you just said it, I want to make sure. If I say turn on witness mode, it's not only sending the video, the recording, but it's also sending a live stream.
That's right.
So that if my loved one, sees that, they can pick up and see what's happening in real time. The video is stored in the cloud.
Exactly, and that live stream is recorded. So if it needed to be evidence, then it's there for you as well.
That is very cool. That is really forward thinking.
And that's as part of Nextbase, it's something that we do in terms of looking at how we can make the driver and the road itself a safer place to be. That's kind of a lot of. So as we've developed over the years, we've learned that doing things within our dash cams that is useful to the consumer but makes the road safer is what we want to do. We don't want to add features just for feature's sake. We want to add really useful features, make sure that they work really well and are secure.
I have to go geeky on you just a little bit. What resolution cameras are we talking about in the IQ?
The IQ comes in 3 different variants. There is a 1080p, a 2K, and then a 4K version as well. So we have a 4K front and a 2K cabin.
And how about nighttime?
Nighttime. Nighttime is a good question. We also, in here, we have infrared beams. So we can have full nighttime in the cabin. So even when it's really, really dark, no lights at all, we have infrared running at 2 channels as well to make sure we get a video of the passengers and the passengers in the back seats too. Our nighttime vision is the best it's ever been.
Great. So we're in the demo car in the Nextbase booth. Bryn's going to talk a little bit more about Nextbase and what all it does. Bryn, right there it is.
Yeah, so first thing to notice about IQ is the way that it looks is quite different to other dash cams. We deliberately designed it so that we can tuck it up away nice and neatly in the vehicle, and it can go in any vehicle. It's designed to go in as an aftermarket product in any different type of vehicle and be installed by a consumer really easily. As we're sat here, this is kind of the setup that it'll be in a parking mode. Because it's a smart camera, we can do something called Smart Sense Parking. Smart Sense Parking means that the IQ, when it's in a situation like this, it will be looking out for pedestrians, cyclists, other cars, even though it's not recording. So we've got Smart Sense technology monitoring out the front of your vehicle and making sure that your car's okay, even when you're not here. So if you were the other side of the world, your car would still be looked after by IQ. And if somebody came close or hit the front of your vehicle, you would get a notification on your app, on the Nextbase app, and you'd be able to live view straight into it and even send a 2-way message to the speaker here. If somebody had broken in, you could tell them to get out. If somebody was driving your car that you weren't expecting it to, you could speak to them. Maybe your son had borrowed the car. You can see how the smart dashcam is really an extension of that smart home security system, but brought into the vehicle.
It strikes. I was sitting here thinking almost that this is a really good example of the benefits of being able to connect through the internet.
Yeah,
different things.
It really, for most people, the vehicle is their second biggest purchase after their house. And you've got to protect it. You want to protect it, right? And having something that's able to protect your car, even when you're not there, is really a great advantage. And that's what IQ brings.
Very nice, very nice. So it's powered off now. That's parking mode. So what happens if we turn it on?
Well, if we turn it on, then if you turn the car on, IQ would automatically sense that you were driving when we kick into a different driving mode. And then we're able to do a number of other cool features. Something we've got now running on our computer vision chipset is able to detect other cars, trucks, cyclists, pedestrians. And what we're doing, this is different to everybody else, is we're able to tell you the speed and the distances of those other vehicles. So if you're driving along, you'll be able to say that car cut you up doing 70 miles an hour in a 30 mile an hour zone. That gives you additional information that maybe you want to provide to your insurance company or to the police. And that's another way that we're helping to make the roads safer by giving you additional information to help process any claims or make the road safer as you're driving.
I love that. So it's recording that information to the video. I'm not necessarily, because I'm not sure I really need to see it when it's happening.
Yeah, you won't see it when it's happening, but when you look at it on your phone or when you look at it later, all of that data is on the video. So you'll be able to see the location of where you were, but you'll also be able to see the speed of the other car, the distance of the other car to yourself, and all that extra information is layered into you and presented by us. So it's nice and easy to see. You don't have to do any extra details, and you can just share that straight to your insurance company.
Very nice, very nice. I mean, I love how clean it looks. There are no wires, nothing. It's just everything is going up through, I guess, the ceiling.
Yeah. So the installation is really easy. You just run the cable along the top of the roof lining here, just tuck it away, and it just disappears neatly. And what we're doing with IQ is we're actually going into the OBD connection. So in most cars, the OBD connections are typically just down in the footwell. Just plug it in, and that's where we take power from the vehicle, and that allows us to do that smart sense parking for weeks and weeks on end, without having to have a battery in the IQ itself.
And that also solves the problem of the power ports, and again the wiring, and too much of the sophisticated installation. Yeah,
that's right. We wanted to keep it as simple as possible, so that we can make it available to as many people as we can.
This is very nice. You're not. Are you taking any information from the vehicle?
No. So we're deliberately not. Okay. We're not. I mean, we'd love to know some things about, is the car braking, are the indicators on, but simply the vehicle manufacturers don't all use the same connections for those things, and so we decided that because we can't give a known answer to a number of questions like are the indicators on in every single vehicle, we could only do it in 20% of vehicles. We're just taking power, and that allows us to be nice and clean and simple, and allows us not to have to worry about other certifications and things like that too.
Very nice, very nice. Great product, Bryn. I love all the improvements.
Oh, it's been a labour of love. I mean, we've been working on it for kind of 2.5 years, from the very first pencil designs, which we've got out the back actually here, to the product that you see now. We really wanted to make it clean. Really wanted to make the user experience really simple and help you, step by step. The app is brand new, designed by us in the UK, written from scratch. The design is done from scratch. We've built it from the ground up with all of our knowledge over the last 10, 15 plus years of experience to get the product we've got here today.
Available now? Available soon?
Yeah, available spring, summer this year. We're kind of final testing stages right now, so you'll see it very, very shortly.
And I realize there are different variations, as you said, but what kind of price ranges do we have?
So we're looking at kind of starting at sub $500 for the unit, and then there'll be a subscription cost. Again, that'll be sub $10 a month.
Great. The website, of course, is
Nextbase.com.
Sounds good. Bryn, it's so good to see you. Thank you so much for the time.
Thanks, Jeff. Really appreciate it.
Folks, we'll have more from CES in Las Vegas. I'm Chuck Joyner. Thanks for watching. Visit MacVoices.com for show notes and to connect with Chuck on social media.
Get involved in our Facebook group or like our Facebook page, and get more out of your Apple tech with MacVoices magazine, free on Flipboard and on the web. And if you find value in it all, consider supporting us through either our Patreon campaign at patreon.com/MacVoices or by making a one-time donation via the PayPal link on our front page and in the show notes of each episode. You will join these fine people who help bring you MacVoices. Advertising handled by Backbeat Media at backbeatmedia.com. Bandwidth provided by CacheFly at cachefly.com.